Why do less competent people keep getting promoted over you? Why does the person who barely understands the work somehow end up leading the people who actually do it? And why does the quiet, reliable, hard-working employee often become invisible while the confident, political, slightly dangerous one keeps moving upward? Most people think promotion is a reward. It is not. Promotion is not always given to the person who works the hardest. It is not always given to the person who stays late, takes every task seriously, and quietly carries the team on their back. If that were true, the most exhausted person in the office would always become the boss. But that is not how the corporate world works. The corporate world is not a school where the best student gets the highest grade. It is not a temple where loyalty is always rewarded. It is not even a pure battlefield where the strongest person wins. It is closer to a royal court, and in a royal court, kings did not promote the strongest soldier. They promoted the person who made the throne safer, the person who could read the room, the person who understood fear, the person who knew when to speak, when to stay silent, and when to make themselves impossible to ignore. Machiavelli understood this better than almost anyone. He knew that power is not only about ability, it is about perception. What people believe you are capable of often matters before they ever test what you can actually do. Marcus Aurelius understood another side of it. The person who cannot control himself becomes controlled by every insult, delay, and disappointment. And in a workplace, emotional reactivity is expensive. Leaders notice it. Managers remember it. Decision makers quietly ask themselves one thing: can this person handle more pressure without becoming a problem? That is the hidden question behind every promotion. Not just, can they do the work, but will promoting them make my life easier or harder? This is where most employees lose. They think their work will speak for itself. But work does not speak. People speak. Managers speak. Narratives speak. Reputation speaks. And if you do not control the story around your value, someone else will turn your effort into background noise. So the real question is not, why am I being ignored? The real question is darker. Whose fear do I need to reduce? Whose problem do I need to become the answer to? And how do I make promotion feel like the obvious next step before I ever ask for it? Because once you understand the hidden game, you stop begging to be noticed. You start becoming impossible to overlook. The first dark hack is this: become the solution to your boss's fear. Most employees ask, what does my boss want? Strategic employees ask something colder. What is my boss afraid of? Because every manager, no matter how confident they look, is protecting something: their reputation, their targets, their authority, their image in front of senior leadership, their control over the team. And the person who reduces that fear becomes valuable in a way ordinary employees never understand. Machiavelli wrote that rulers are always concerned with preserving power. In the corporate world, managers are no different. They may speak the language of teamwork, growth, and culture, but beneath all of it, they are still asking, who makes me look safer, stronger, and more in control? If your boss is afraid of missed deadlines, become the person who quietly sees delays before they explode. If your boss is afraid of looking unprepared, become the person who gives them clean updates before they ask. If your boss is afraid of team chaos, become the calm operator who brings order without demanding applause. Do not just do work, remove anxiety, because the employee who removes anxiety becomes trusted, and the employee who becomes trusted becomes difficult to ignore. The second hack is this: control the narrative before the work is judged. This is where hardworking people lose the game. They believe good work speaks for itself. It does not. Good work is silent until someone gives it meaning. Two people can do the same task, but one presents it as routine work, while the other presents it as strategic impact. One says, "I completed the report." The other says, "I found the gap that was slowing the team down, corrected the data, and created a cleaner process, so next month's numbers are easier to defend." Same work, different story. And in corporate life, the story often travels further than the work. Julius Caesar understood this. Victory was not enough. It had to be narrated, it had to be written, repeated, displayed, and made unforgettable. Because a silent victory can be stolen, a framed victory becomes reputation. So stop reporting tasks like a worker. Frame outcomes like a leader. Do not say, "I helped with the client issue." Say, "I helped prevent the client issue from escalating, clarified the confusion, and protected the relationship before it became visible." That is not bragging. That is controlling interpretation. Because if you do not define your value, someone else will reduce it. The third hack is this: make your ambition useful, not obvious. This is a mistake many people make when they want promotion. They become too eager, too visible in the wrong way, too hungry for the title. And hunger makes people nervous. When your ambition is too obvious, people start protecting themselves from you. Your manager wonders if you are trying to replace them. Your peers wonder if you are using them. Senior leaders wonder if you want status more than responsibility. So never make ambition look like need. Make it look like usefulness. Napoleon rose because he understood chaos. He did not wait for perfect conditions. He made himself valuable when everyone else was confused. That is what power notices, not the person who says, "I deserve more." The person who quietly acts like they are already capable of more. So take ownership of problems slightly above your level, not every problem. That is how you become overworked. Pick the problems that are painful, visible, and connected to leadership anxiety. The messy process no one wants to fix. The recurring issue everyone complains about. The gap between two teams that keeps creating delays. The meeting where decisions are unclear and no one summarizes the next steps. Step into those spaces. Not loudly, not desperately, calmly. Because the most powerful message is not, "Please promote me." The most powerful message is, "I am already operating above this role, and everyone can see it." Do not beg for the title. Make the title look late. The fourth hack is this: build quiet allies before you need them. Most people think promotion is decided in one meeting. It is not. By the time the promotion conversation happens, your reputation has already entered the room before you. Your boss may announce the decision, but other people influence it. Senior leaders, cross-functional partners, peers, clients, team members, sometimes even people who barely speak to you, shape how safe or risky your promotion feels. This is why quiet alliances matter. In ancient Rome, no one rose alone. Power moved through patronage, reputation, favors, and alliances. A man's name had to travel through the right rooms before he entered them. Corporate life works the same way, just with better lighting and worse coffee. You need people who can say, "Yes, I have worked with them. They are reliable." You need people who can say, "They handled that situation well." You need people who can say your name when you are not there to defend yourself. But here is the dark part. Do not build allies by flattering everyone. Build allies by being useful in small, memorable ways. Help someone solve a problem. Share information before they ask. Make another team's work easier. Give credit publicly when it costs you nothing. Become associated with competence and calm. Then when your name comes up, people do not resist it. They nod. Your promotion should feel like a consensus before it becomes a decision. The fifth hack is the one most people never understand. Become difficult to replace, but easy to promote. This sounds contradictory. It is not. Many employees become difficult to replace in the wrong way. They hoard knowledge. They hide processes. They become the only person who knows how something works. At first, this looks powerful, but it becomes a trap, because if the company cannot function without you in your current role, they may never move you out of it. You have made yourself necessary, but not promotable. The smarter move is different. Make your value obvious, but make your seat transferable. Document what you do, train others, build systems, clean up processes, make the machine run better because you touched it. Marcus Aurelius believed that real strength was order, discipline, and self-command. In the workplace, leadership is not creating dependency. Leadership is creating stability. A leader is not the person everyone needs forever. A leader is the person who makes the level beneath them stronger. That is what makes senior people comfortable promoting you. They see that you are not just good at your job. You can lift the structure around you, and that answers the question from the beginning. What makes you look promotable before you ever ask? Not just performance, not just loyalty, not just confidence. It is this. You must look like you already belong above your title, while proving your current role will not collapse without you. That is the dark corporate balance. Be valuable enough to rise, but not so trapped that they cannot let you go. Now here is the warning. These hacks work because the workplace is not a pure meritocracy. But if you use them without real competence, you become nothing more than a political actor with no substance. And that may get you noticed once. It may even get you promoted once. But eventually, the title will expose what the performance cannot support. So do not misunderstand this. The goal is not to become fake. The goal is to stop being invisible. You are not manipulating the workplace. You are finally understanding how the workplace already works. It already runs on perception, timing, reputation, fear, trust, usefulness, and controlled visibility. Most employees wait to be recognized. Strategic employees design the conditions that make recognition inevitable. They do not sit quietly hoping someone notices the late nights. They make their work visible without looking desperate. They do not chase approval from everyone. They build trust with the people whose opinions shape decisions. They do not simply become useful. They become useful in ways that reduce pressure for the people above them. That is the real game, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. The person who gets promoted is not always the smartest person in the room. It is often the person who looks safest to elevate, easiest to trust, hardest to ignore, and already too big for their current position. So from this moment forward, stop asking why they do not see you. Make them see you, not through noise, not through begging, not through complaining, through strategy. For the next 7 days, choose one of these 5 hacks and test it quietly. Reduce one anxiety for your boss. Reframe one piece of work before someone else defines it. Build one quiet ally. Step into one visible problem, or make your current role easier to transfer. Watch what changes. Watch who starts listening differently. Watch who suddenly begins treating you like someone with more weight. And if you have ever seen someone less competent rise faster than everyone else, do not just hate them. Study them. Not emotionally, strategically. Because hidden inside that frustration may be the exact rule you were never taught. If this video changed the way you see promotions, subscribe to this channel, because here we do not discuss corporate advice the way HR wants you to hear it. We decode the hidden power games behind work, ambition, reputation, and success. And before you go, drop a comment and tell me this. Which corporate topic do you want decoded next? Because the office is not just a place where people work. It is a place where power moves quietly, and the people who understand that rise.